Don't mess up the mood. Yeah, I work too hard for it. No, I need to beat it before you mess up the mood. Yeah, I work too hard for it. Yeah. Don't mess up the mood.
On you.
It's pointing right at you.
And
the nerves just went.
so if you want to be like,
Hello.
Like if
How
you
are
want to
you?
talk to the camera, do that one.
yeah.
They hurt me.
Oh,
They hurt me.
They hurt me. Okay, perfect. So you're gonna have to introduce this lady because
I'm introducing. Okay.
Okay.
this lady. I'm so sorry.
Welcome
I'm a madam.
to episode 47 with our first ever tattoo artist, Kimmy. And she just happens to be my tattoo artist, so
Yeah,
you know.
Nando's all tattooed up. He's all gangster.
Team Ink now, I guess.
Team Ink.
Thanks
No.
thanks to Kimmy. Just kidding.
Anytime
No,
I
we're
will see
excited
him
to have
every
you.
week for the next year. It's fine.
That sounds about right.
Just
that sounds
Thank you
about
for
right.
coming. Thank you for
No,
giving us your
thank you.
time. I know that you are very busy, so
Tired.
we really
I'm
appreciate
really
it.
tired. I could have been sleeping, but it's fine.
Right?
It's
Is this
okay.
like one of your busiest seasons?
Honestly, because it's my first year, I don't know what the busy season is. It's been nonstop though since I started. So I think it's just a general busyness
Right.
all the time. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a little rundown of how you came into tattooing and
Lord.
everything?
Can we just have
Introduce
questions
yourself, Kim.
instead? Okay.
No,
so,
we have to start that way. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, fun fact, my name is not Kimmy. It's actually my middle name. I'm Jacqueline Kimberly Tavares. But I like Kimmy because it sounds cuter and people remember it more. Because I used to be J&J Beauty CT and it was a long run-on sentence and Kimmy Tatts just kind of stuck. So I started doing tattoos January of this year and it kind of blew up from there. I started in Connecticut and then I came here. My eye's twitching already, by the way. And now I am in Reno and I am conquering little by little with the tiny tattoos. So I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Connecticut and everything?
I've been in Connecticut for I've been in Connecticut my whole life, born and raised. I moved so many times in Connecticut, though. It's intimidating. In the past 5 years, I think we moved 8 times. So it's been nonstop roller coaster. But I think this will be home for about 5 years, and then I'll go back.
Oh,
Maybe.
really? You already set. Like you have
I
the
like
plan
it
and
here.
everything.
You're gonna leave after 5 years?
No, so the plan with Kimmy Tatts is just to expand and keep expanding. So I want to have stores in like not every state, but like every other state,
Oh.
and just make my way back home that way.
Got it.
Interesting.
It's an enterprise.
Wow.
Well, that means if you go back, I have to fly out there to get tattooed again.
By her,
By you.
but she's
Then
gonna have
no.
her store
I'll have my
here, right?
minions everywhere. You can get
Yeah, you'll have
tattoos
all your
anywhere.
apprentices
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
But still, no, dude, let me tell you something.
Tell me something, bro.
Once you get a tattoo artist, you gotta stay loyal. It's like a barber.
Really?
You know?
No, it's true.
Is
I
that like a
refuse
thing?
to get tattoos by anyone by her now.
Thank you.
I have
That's
to.
a nice
It means
compliment.
a lot.
Yeah, that means a lot.
You have to.
It's kind of like I wouldn't get my photos taken by anyone else but you, you know?
Yeah.
No.
well, I mean,
There's selfies. No.
I mean, that happens with like, I think that's like with anything though. Girls have hairstylists and they're like, I'm gonna go to her
Yeah.
all the time. Or like eyelashes, eyebrows, and then hair. Like haircuts. Eyebrows, and then hair. Like haircuts for guys. Pictures, whatever. But like, for me, the tattoo is like, I don't know. I feel like that's more like stay loyal to your tat.
Yeah. No, and then when I have people that come in with like whole sleeves and then they want like this little tiny tattoo in like a corner of their arm, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You know, I feel bad and I just
They're like, wow, they went and got a tiny one on top of their big old. The route of like doing smaller tattoos.
I get asked this question so many times, and honestly, brutally honest, I don't like being with somebody for more than like 2 hours.
Tattooing them?
Yeah, and so when you do bigger pieces, it's like hour-long sessions. Like this one that I just got took 7 hours, you know? And so it's such a relationship that you have to build with that clientele, and I don't know how they are, so I'm very iffy with people. So when it's tiny, I can see you in an hour and then you leave. Unless you're Nando and I see you like every week, then it's different.
She probably hates you deep inside,
I know
bro.
she hates me by now.
No, I don't hate. I love peace and love. And honestly, tiny tattoos, it's more fun to me because they're so small. There's so much detail that you can put in a tiny piece, and it's a whole new skill set that you have to have, because with bigger pieces you can easily hide any mistakes that you make because of the needles that you use. There's such big groupings versus tiny tattoos. You see every single imperfection that you put on a person, and so it takes a lot more, not talent, but a lot more precision. And that's it. I was gonna say that's why tattoo artists don't like me, but it's okay.
Damn.
Really? Is that like a thing in the tattoo community?
Tiny tattoo artists are not loved by
Really?
other tattoo artists.
Is it kind of they see you guys as like inferior type of thing, or what?
I never got around to asking anyone. I just know that when I started in Connecticut, I got blocked by so many tattoo artists, and then I came here, same thing happened, and I was like, wow, this is a thing.
What
yeah.
the heck?
Yeah,
That's really weird.
What do you think that stems from?
I think it's because a lot of tattoo artists, they've been around for so many years. They have that old school mindset where they're like, oh, we have to go big, bulky, like lines, and then here comes a little girl trying to do these tiny tattoos and taking all of our clients, and it's like, oh, well.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. I can see that. Okay.
It's a different market, I think.
Yeah, I just think
completely
like
different, yeah.
people have their own taste too, like what if you don't want a big piece and you just want something smaller?
Yeah.
Or like I think nowadays people like the smaller ones spread out.
Most of the clients that I see are virgins, which I love, because then they come back for more tattoos, and they start off with the tiny ones. And I honestly don't know why the cater to is those clients that are like tattoo virgins and they want something small. So honestly, most of the clients that I see are virgins, which I love, because then they come back for more tattoos, and they start off with the tiny ones. And I honestly don't know why the kind of hatred is there, because I'm kind of saving them time. Because if you go to other tattoo shops, a lot of them charge hourly, and so they want those big pieces, so they can charge you so much, versus spending like 20 minutes on a smiley face and you waste your day just with that little thing. It's an interesting concept.
Cause like
I'm so sorry about that technical difficulty, but now we can keep going. Where were we?
We were at the conversation about smaller tattoos and big tattoos.
How do I sit?
Oh yeah, haters, huh?
Yeah, and how
There's always
apparently
haters.
traditional tattoo artists, I guess you could call them, kind of tend to
They-
hate the smaller tattoos.
Exactly.
That's just weird to me though, because it's like it's its own thing. So shouldn't you all?
So you know how like when you enter a new business or a new, what is it called? Not business. New career, you always think, oh, everybody's so loving and like everyone's about sharing and stuff like that. The harsh reality is that that's not the case at all. Maybe with photographers, you guys are like, oh, like this is a good location, go to this place, like, type of thing. Yeah.
There's still a little bit of that, I guess.
Yeah, but with tattoos, it's very me. So nobody likes to share, and so they think that we're taking away their clients, and so it's this big issue. But yeah, that's why in my salon it's all pink and girly and cute, because I am so against drama, and I tell all my girls that all the time, because I don't like it. It's not fun.
Yeah, you should. I mean, any industry, there's gotta be a little bit of drama,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
But,
that's what I meant. Industry, not business.
yeah, but this is so unnecessary.
I don't know. That's just weird to me because it's like, just stick to, like everyone has a preference. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like
Especially here, though,
Yeah.
like so big. Well, it's not big,
No,
but it's
oh my God,
growing,
okay.
and there's so much business for
So-
everybody.
A little story here. No
Story
hate
time.
to anybody here, but I had my pop-up artist, which was actually my no, I'm kidding. Which was actually my first apprentice. He's from Florida. There was a day where his printer ran out of paper, my printer stopped working, and we used different paper, so I couldn't give him my paper. It was this big commotion. It was right at the end of the day, and he had a fully packed day the next day. So we start going out to other tattoo shops, and we're like, hey, like we really need transfer paper. Like we have none, and nothing was available, like shipping wise. There was no one-day shipping. We went into 5 different places, and they straight up told us, hey, we don't support other tattoo artists here. Sorry.
what?
Yeah. It was so uncomfortable. I was like, wow, that's what I'm involved with. It's
What the
insane.
hell, dude?
That's
Yeah.
pretty intense.
I was like, yeah, no, I don't like this. And I mean, it was just so weird because they didn't even know like what we did. They didn't know that we did tiny tattoos.
They just were like,
it was
nope.
just like tattoo artists in general. Like we don't support them.
Imagine if they knew, they'd probably beat your ass over there.
Especially tiny houses.
Let's jump them.
Yeah.
Oh my
Damn, dude,
God.
I didn't know the tattoo industry was that like.
There's also this whole
competitive.
thing. I mean, of course, I told you I don't have any tattoos, but I see that. I guess there's this tattoo culture that they get mad when you only have tattoos on your extremities.
Yes. So.
And I also think that's kind of like.
In that aspect,
dumb.
I am like on the fence because one of my newest apprentices, she really wants tattoos on her hands, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. You have to. Rule of thumb is you have to have a good portion of your body covered before you have anything on your hand, on your neck, on your face. You kind of have to earn it. Which is, I don't know why, but just in case, especially for younger people, like I do get that aspect of it, because what if you want to go into a different career and they don't allow anything on your hands? In that sense, I understand
You
it.
gotta be a little more careful.
Yeah, exactly. But I know a lot of places are super, super strict about it. They're like, hell no. Like, if it's your third tattoo, forget about it. You have to cover your whole leg up and then get, like, a little dot on your hand type of thing.
Whoa.
It's insane, yeah.
Well, it's a lot that goes into it, man.
For real, I
I'm
didn't know all
learning a
this.
lot.
So there's like a little, almost like a rule set to it.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's an unspoken rule. And I didn't think I had to participate in it until I thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? It makes sense in some aspects of it. So I tell them too all the time. I'm like, hey, I really don't want to do hand tattoos. And because I get so many like newcomers, like especially young girls, they're always like, oh, I want a hand tattoo. I'm like, no, like, let's not do that. Like, actually think about it. And I have to educate them. And I'm like, hey, like, you're really young. What if you want to do, like, I don't know, become a lawyer one day and you can't have hand tattoos? I don't want to be the reason why you weren't hired. You know, they're like, oh, okay, yeah. Like,
lot
my
of
mom said the same
I
responsibilities,
just
thing.
huh?
think like, yeah, there's certain spots where you're like, you should really think about that for a second, you know, depending on your career field or anything like
Exactly.
that. Like, I've never wanted anything below my wrists, on my neck, or on my face, or anywhere here. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah,
off of
nothing
all
that you can't ever cover up, basically.
And does that mostly apply to like teenagers and stuff? Or like, what if like a 40, 50-year-old comes in and they're like, hey, just do my hand, you know, just do it right
In that case, I haven't had it happen to me yet, but I feel like I would make that exception and be like, okay, fine, we can cover up your whole hand.
Because
It's
they're
okay.
like, they probably already do
Yeah,
what they
you've
do
lived your
and
life.
here. They went through
Exactly.
life.
whatever.
Yeah, they made their mistakes probably.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, but anything, I think rule of thumb is like under 30 or 25. I don't know what, I haven't asked other tattoo artists, but under that age gap, I wouldn't do it on their hands.
And you also said that you got into tattooing. How is that? You've only been doing it for a year?
Yeah, so I've only been doing it since January. I did powder brows before tattooing. I really do enjoy powder brows, but it's not as fun. You know, it's not as creative. It's just the same mapping for everybody. Different colors, of course. I just didn't enjoy it the way that I thought I did. And I have a cousin, and he taught me how to do tattoos, and it picked off from there. So
Right
it
on.
went really well.
Were you doing the small ones right from the beginning?
Yeah, I never wanted to get into big tattoos. I
okay.
feel like it wouldn't be my niche, because then I would be catering to so many people, versus tiny tattoos. You think, oh, girls and Nando, you know, like it's cute and stuff. No,
She said girls in Nando.
no,
Damn,
no.
okay.
Blaming you right now, bro.
Bro, I get bullied by her, man.
No,
You get
no,
bullied
but
by everybody, dude.
no, I'm serious. No, I'm actually surprised at how many guys we've been getting at the studio lately.
You're welcome.
I'm sure.
It's not because of you.
Yes,
I've
it is.
asked. I ask. I'm like, hey, like, are you here because of Nando? They're like, no, it's because of my friend so-so. I'm like, oh, okay,
Oh,
cool.
damn.
Sorry.
Thought I could get away with it.
I thought
Thought I could get away
I
with
thought
it.
so too.
I've been recommending your one to you though, so ask
Yeah,
everybody.
he's been
Shows your
bullying
I mean,
me
Carlos and I are going the same day. He's going because of me.
Yeah.
He
Oh yeah.
definitely
I'll-
wanted one after
Soon.
he saw it.
Soon,
Yeah?
I think.
He
I don't
has
know.
commitment issues.
I
It's
do.
okay. I did too. This was impulsive.
Was
Super,
it?
super
Maybe
impulsive.
that's what I need.
A forearm tattoo was impulsive.
Impulsive.
That's crazy.
Okay, so the story behind this forearm tattoo. By the way, guys, if you can't see it, it is literally
it.
my whole forearm. Wherever it
I'm
is.
sure we can see it.
It is my whole forearm. And the story is I had a cancellation, and it was a 3-hour long cancellation. I didn't know what to do. I was bored, and then the artist that did this, he also had a cancellation, and he posted on his Instagram, and I saw it within 2 minutes. He said, hey guys, I want to do an anime piece. Like, first come, first serve. I was like, awesome. I sent him my reference picture. I was like, I want this. He's like, cool, let's do it. And I told him my gap was from 2 to 4:30 type of thing. He's like, okay, I'll see you at 2:30. I go in at 2:30, and then it ended up being my whole forearm, and it was 7 hours, which was very, very fun. Very fun. It was insane. Oh my God. I almost broke my assistant's hand. I was like squeezing so hard. Yeah, it was.
I cannot.
big.
No,
I wasn't mentally prepared, and I'm not kidding. When I walked into the place, I was like, I cannot breathe in here, like, because they're the complete opposite of us.
Oh, like the different setting?
Because our studio is like super pink and girly, and like, it's cute.
A bunch of plants everywhere.
Exactly, plants everywhere. Linguini. We have a little cute dog in there. Over there was black, and it was like so different. And I got in there, and I'm getting this really bad headache, and I'm like, I'm going to faint. I'm going to embarrass myself, because I was going to the owner of the shop, and I was like, oh, I feel pressured now, because I had to be on my best behavior, and I couldn't start acting up, because then I felt like I was going to get bullied and stuff. There was so much going through my head, but I did it. I made it through, and I think it worked out perfectly. And
I mean, it looks really nice. It's just crazy big.
Yeah, I know.
I thought I liked anime, bro. I would not do that.
Do you?
You wouldn't catch me.
What
getting
about like your leg or something?
Maybe on my calf, like a full calf piece, maybe. But even then, that's a big maybe.
My idea with like this arm was to get like.
Oh no, man.
You know how there's that trend of the sticker sleeve?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I really wanted.
Oh.
I really, really wanted that
what is
on
that?
this arm. That's not happening anymore.
What is this?
Sticker sleeve, it's basically what Nando has going on. So you see how it's like multiple little tattoos?
Okay.
You fill it up, or a sketchbook sleeve, sorry. So it's just a bunch of little tattoos placed everywhere, and it looks so nice when it's like done completely.
yeah.
It's one of those trust the process type of things, because it does take like a year or two to fully get the sleeve going.
I don't know if I like would cover up my arms like that, but like
I don't see you doing
I
it
think
either.
like
doesn't fit you.
No.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of that. I'd get a couple more.
Doesn't fit you, bro.
I know, bro. She's shady.
No,
dude.
no, but I'm honest, and I tell people, listen, that is the tattoo artist side of me. You ask me placement, and I'm brutally honest. I'm like, that won't look good there. Let's change it up. And if I don't see you with the whole sleeve, I'm gonna tell you.
Fair
That's
enough.
pretty straight up. Do you ever struggle with being straight up with clients?
I think because of the way that I present myself, they know that I have the best interests at heart, so they don't really argue with me.
Comes from a good place.
Yeah, because there was only one time where the girl was like so sad that she was about to cry, because I told her, hey, I can't do it on your neck. It was her first tattoo ever. I was like, we're not going to do this. Like, I'm pretty sure people have told you about this. And it was the whole thing of the unspoken rule. And she was really, really sad about it. She's like, I really just wanted it there. That's the only reason I booked the appointment. I'm like, well, we can still do it, but somewhere else. Like, it'll look cuter here. Like, I gave her all these other options. In the end, she ended up loving it, and she booked more appointments, but it was just the initial thought of not getting it where she wanted that she was like devastated.
Okay, so what'd you think when I booked mine?
No, yours are fine. Like, yours make sense where they are. They're cute.
If she did them, then
Yeah,
she
I would have
approved.
told you no. No, honestly.
What about the other ones that I have in mind? So I want one here, and I want one here. I'm already getting one here.
You're gonna do your arms
gonna be
only?
the
You're not
puncher?
gonna do anywhere else?
Huh?
Yeah, he just wants his arms.
There, really?
No, I would get some eventually somewhere else, but anytime soon. Because I don't really.
The one
no,
on your back.
I'm not getting my face.
Put a forehead.
No,
Like a little
I would maybe
tear.
do something like on my ankles, like on the sides.
Oh, yeah,
I would
those are
do that.
cute.
Or that are like maybe no, I don't even know about here.
Yeah, something right here, no? No?
Not really.
Not a good spot?
I would do something up here, like a bicep one or
Yeah.
a tricep one. This seems like it hurts. Tricep is the back.
Back, okay.
This seems like it hurts
Never
a lot, so
worked
I
out in
might
my
stay
life.
away from that one.
Yeah. That's okay. That's an interesting topic in itself, the pain tolerance for people when it comes to tattoos. Because people are always like, oh, this area hurts, or the ribs. Everywhere you go, they're like, oh my God, the ribs hurt so much. That is a lie. I have people that fall asleep, people that laugh the whole
Is it
time.
different for everybody?
Yeah, completely different. But I think unanimously, when it comes to the knees, nobody likes the knees. Everyone
the
says it
bone and
hurts.
stuff? Or the elbow?
No, I haven't heard about the elbow.
I've heard elbows tend to just feel weird because you're hitting the bone there a lot. So it
Yeah.
like feels like your body's like
Oh, it's like when you hit your like weenus, you just like
yeah, like
start
the funny
crying.
bone.
Yeah.
Other people tell me the calf is super
The
sensitive.
funny one.
That's so for girls the calf is like when we wax the calf, freaking crying. It's really, really bad.
Damn.
So I can't even begin to imagine a tattoo there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
insane.
Where would you get yours? The spot you showed me was nice. He had it like over here somewhere.
I want to maybe here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He needs to do it, dude.
I don't
are you
even know what I
thinking?
want to get. I think I'm
Oh.
more scared of like regretting it, you know.
Well, I mean, I thought about my tattoos for
Too late.
years. I feel like I definitely thought about it for a super long time. You know I don't know if you've heard this trick as a tattoo artist where they like ask you to print a photo
And then put it on the
where you see it every single day.
Mhm.
That was me when I booked my appointments with you for these two.
Oh really?
And then I was always like, okay.
Yeah.
And then same with the other ones. I always wanted these small ones and I always wanted this.
Yeah.
So I did the same thing after we did these two.
Yeah.
And I looked at them for 3 weeks and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Like,
That's
I still
fine.
like them.
Same with the other one. I've been doing it ever since I booked it and it's still good. So
Were you
maybe
always
try
good
that.
at drawing and stuff? What were you gonna say?
The what?
I'm sorry. I feel like I cut you off. I'm sorry. We were the worst podcast.
No, you're fine.
No, I don't know. Wait. What
No,
do
I
you
the
said
best.
I asked if she was good, always good at drawing and stuff like that.
I dabbled a lot with drawing when I was little. I did really well in art class, and I tried taking it as an elective in college. I feel like, in a sense, I was a little bit, not too advanced, but I was so bored of it, doing the same thing over and over again, that I just lost interest in it. But growing up, I would do little portraits here and there. I would always paint murals for my school. But I never once thought that I would be a tattoo artist. Honestly, if I'm being like completely honest, I hated tattoos. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't like the idea of having them. My family is like really against them too. My uncle loves them though. So that's what I thought I would be. I thought I would stay as a banker my whole life or working in restaurants, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think your family's going to say about that?
They don't even know I have it.
Oof.
Oh, and now
Yeah.
you're over here
Yeah.
in video showing it off.
Yeah.
Oh, they won't see it. They're like, because they're back home. They're in Connecticut, so it's really
Well,
hard.
aren't you going
to
in
even
like a
talk.
few weeks?
It's winter season. Sweater weather. I'm gonna cover it
That's
up
crazy.
so well.
I want to actually talk about that topic, like with, certain families have problems with tattoos, a lot like more traditional families.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little more on the Hispanic family side, as much as I hate to admit it, but it's true. Do you ever get like a client who maybe tells you that when they go?
Yes.
Where they're like,
Oh my God.
family hates them, but I'm here to get one.
Yeah.
What do you kind of do about that? Or like, how do you go about that?
So it's interesting. I get a lot of people that say, "Oh my God, can you like help me hide it?" Like, especially girls, they end up doing it like underneath their bra strap, and they're like, "I just want to make sure they can't see it." I'm put in an awkward situation because they are over 18, so they can legally do it.
Yeah.
But morality wise, I'm like, "Oh God, they're gonna see it one day, and then they're gonna ask who did it, and they're gonna come for me." So it's a coin toss whether or not I do it, or I tell them, "Hey, are you sure about this?" But I end up doing it.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's like you said, when it's over 18, you
Exactly.
can't really do anything.
Yeah,
Like if they go, they go.
I can't. They
So-
already paid the booking fee,
Yeah.
They're
they got
stuck.
the deposit.
Yeah. So it's I don't know, but it is funny to get those people. They're like, "Oh my God, can you please make sure it's hidden?" I was like, "Okay."
I low-key thought my parents were gonna freak out, but they've been fine with it.
They're not bad. They're cute.
I like
I'm not
this one
gonna
a
lie
lot.
though, when I showed my mom this one, she was like, "You got another one?" I was like, and then these two. And she was like, "Oh my God." But I gave her a rundown of like the other ones that I have in mind, and the minute I told her I was getting one for her, she didn't care.
Oh,
She was like,
I think that's honestly the gateway into letting your parents love
well,
and
because
accept
I
it.
told her, because
Yeah.
she was like, "Okay, so how many more are you getting, or what's your idea?" And I'm like, "Mom, first of all, I'm not getting big ones. So
Yeah.
you should have a little relief.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna get anything here
Yeah.
or here, because she'll always be like, please don't get any on your hands or your neck or your face. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And so I told her about the pine tree one. I'm like, that's actually already scheduled, Mom. And she's like, and then you know how I told you about the number one here,
Yeah.
and she was like, okay. And then I told her about the one for my dad and her, and she was like, is that it after that? I'm like, low key, I'm probably gonna stop for a good while, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna promise you
Yeah.
that it's the last thing.
Okay.
And she's like, at least you're getting one for me and him, though. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So that was
and then
my,
she's happy.
She got
Love
over
that.
it, type of thing.
Good.
Do you think your mom would care? Does she like tattoos? Or have you ever talked to her about tattoos?
She
Yeah, Chavez, you're not talking. Let's talk
I know,
to
bro.
you.
she
No,
would always
why?
say that she doesn't like them, but I feel like now, since we've been living here for a while, like she sees them everywhere, and then
Yeah.
it's like I think if I got one, she wouldn't be tripping about
I think
it.
it's also different down in Mexico too. People feel them
Yeah. You
completely
don't ever see
different.
tattoos on there.
You're kidding. They're
Yeah.
so cheap in Mexico.
I think
too.
when I go down there and see family members, they're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Be like, oh, they're
And
stickers. They're
even
so
these
small.
that are like, you know, they're kind of cute and whatever. Like they think that you're some gangster.
Yeah.
Like I'm
I
like,
think my
dude,
uncles,
look at this.
I
This
think
is a
my,
mountain. Like,
I
come
think
on.
my
Yeah.
uncles, when they see my tattoos, are gonna be like, "Oh, you're a gangster now," and be like, "Bro, I'm like the opposite of that. Like, are you joking right now?"
Love.
Because even in my family, like, I think only a couple of cousins have tattoos, then they're all hidden. Like, I'm talking like my cousins might have a thigh piece or like a rib cage piece.
Okay.
And maybe my aunts and uncles have seen them, but
Yeah.
I don't think anyone in my family from my dad's side has anything below here like I do, even if it's small ones. So
Yeah.
I think I'm like the first one who's gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Hi,"
Nice.
you know.
I
So the
love
next
that
time I
for
go to
you.
Mexico is gonna be interesting.
Dude, what are your thoughts
back in a
on
casket.
people getting like their boyfriend's name, their
Oh, yeah, talk to me
girlfriend's
about
Oh
name?
my god. Okay. I am so honest with my clients when they come in requesting significant other names.
Good.
To the point that I feel bad because I'm like, are you being serious right now? Do
Uh-huh.
you really want this on your body? I am so against it. I feel like it's the universal jinx the second you get that tattooed on you. Like, what happens in a week and you get it, you guys break up, then you'll think about me, and then I don't want that. So I always tell people like, hey, let's not do that. Please change it up. Get something that resembles them or like reminds you of them. Like I had somebody recently and they got a little bee because they're whoever calls each other a bee in the relationship. I was like, okay, that's cute. You can play that off as something else in the future if something goes wrong. Same thing with like dates, you know, like wedding dates and stuff like that. I'm like, I just don't know how I feel about that. I would never do it.
So you always ask like, what's the meaning behind the tattoo?
Yeah, and
what's-
it's kind of awkward at the same time because if it's like a girl getting a name, I'm like, so who is this in relationship to you? Like, oh, my husband, or oh, it's my son. I'm like, oh, that's cute. Okay, if it's your son, definitely, let's go for it. If it's your husband, I'm like, oh, okay, that's fun.
There's
Dude,
still like
I
a
don't think I
chance.
could have
Yeah. And then you see,
conversations. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm too scared to be
It's-
like up front like that.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
honestly awkward.
Like just to be like, "Hey, you probably shouldn't do all that."
I'm to the point where I want to write like a huge disclaimer on the website and be like, hey, if you get this, we're not liable for the universe jinxing us and blah blah blah.
I mean, you low-key, like should though, because then maybe if they read that, they think about it before they even get to the shop.
Yeah, but I
It
feel
can
like
save you a headache.
I don't know. I feel
I
like
feel like it
everyone
puts you
knows
in a
it.
really weird spot though, because like it's your profession and people come to you with what they really want
Exactly.
anyways. So
Exactly.
you kind of want to like
Make them
satisfy
happy.
what they want to have, but then you also think about it in the logical sense.
Exactly, and then they
Oh, man.
they
Being a
see
tattoo
me.
artist sounds
It's
stressful
not
as hell.
easy. It's
It does.
hard. It's I've had to develop so much backbone as a tattoo artist because before this I did lashes and before that I did bridal makeup. And it was always customer service business, but this is the first time where I'm in a customer service field where I can actually tell you, hey, we're not going to do that or we're going to do this type of thing. So I finally have like authority,
You call the shot.
but at the same time, I still feel really bad when I have to.
Yeah, I would.
Like, do
I would
that.
feel bad too.
So it's an interesting field.
Yeah.
What,
I love it.
I mean, you do small tattoos, but you also do bigger ones.
Yes.
What's like your favorite type of tattoo to do? No matter of the size, like, do you have like certain designs that you like?
So I've been getting. I am such a girly girl. I hate it. Flowers. I really love flowers,
Flowers?
now. Yeah, like bouquets, like those customized bouquets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like when people give me the freedom to like add shading and color, those are my like dream clients. I'm like, yes, let me do anything I want to. People always thought it was butterflies, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't really like butterflies until I was forced to like them. And in reality, that's my whole business, the whole brand. I was never into pinks, and my whole salon is pink. I was actually, my favorite color was black and maroon for the longest time.
Oh,
like
wow.
growing up, I was a tomboy, and then now I am like super
That's
girly
like the
girl.
polar opposite of your salon.
Yeah, exactly. Like you walk in and like, oh my gosh, she's probably an angel type of thing. I'm like, no, I am
No,
not.
I found that out after the second.
Oh
appointment,
shush!
guys. Don't let
I
her
was
fool-
very
don't
nice.
let her fool you.
My Spanish
After the
side came
second
out,
one,
and
or
yeah,
it took you 2 sessions? to
So
find
the
out?
first session, bro, she was so nice and accommodating. Oh wow, these are your first tattoos.
She
I
probably
like the
regrets that now.
design. She was so nice. I like where you're putting them. So what do you mean? And I'm like telling her, and then she was even so careful to like start. She's like, I'm gonna do one little dot, okay, and see how it
that's
feels
just so
for this
nice.
one. And I'm like, wow, this girl's so sweet, dude. Like, this makes my experience just so nice. It's my first time getting tattooed. I was low key nervous, but then she like made it go away very easily.
Uh-huh.
So
I
I
did
mean,
my
I guess
job.
good job to her.
And then the second time, how was
And then
it?
the second time,
I just drag him to the bed. Let's go.
Right.
bro,
Come
she
on,
was
kid.
like, Nando,
Sit your ass down.
you gotta go lay down right here. And I'm like, which way? The same way last time. Okay, my fault.
I can
not
see that.
And
I
then
can see
she's
I can see her saying
she's
that.
putting alcohol on me here. And she was like, where do you want it to start? Bro, I went like this. And she's like, stop touching it. You're not
Okay,
supposed to touch it. I
no,
was like,
no. But my reasoning behind that was because I already prepped him up. He was ready to have
I
the
touched
stencil on him.
1 centimeter.
His hand was covered in dirt. No, I'm kidding. It was not. It was a
Bro,
clean
I
hand.
went like this
It was
to
a
show her,
clean
and she's
hand.
like, "You're not supposed to touch it." She almost hit me like
Just
that.
slapped
I was
your
like,
hand.
stop
Yeah.
it. I did the little, like, like
The
stop
little
it.
mom, like,
Yeah,
you know,
like,
and I'm like,
deja
"Damn,
eso."
kid, my bad." And then when I had to turn to the side eventually. Remember
Yeah.
for this one?
Yeah, and
she's
you
like,
had,
"You're
like, your
probably
arm over-
uncomfortable, but I don't care." I was like, "Bet." Okay.
Damn.
You know what's
dude.
funny though? I have cameras, and I can tell you this is not true.
That's
Oh,
cap.
she's
No,
got
no,
proof
man. She
for it.
was very mean to me, and then she started making fun of me after.
Okay,
You're just
that was
hungry,
mutual.
Nando. Why don't you just get
That-
some food? You're gonna feel better. I was like,
I think we
"Whatever,
were
man."
both hungry because
I think we
honestly,
were.
after you left, I was so happy I got to eat my sandwich. I was ready to take on the day.
That little protein bar helped me out a
Oh
little
my
bit.
god, yeah.
Where even is your studio?
It's in downtown Reno.
You know
It's
where
right next to
Hukava is?
No.
Do you know where Hukava is at?
Oh yeah, okay. On
the
purpose.
Arlington
Right.
Towers.
Like up
Oh,
right
okay.
there.
Oh, I see,
like
I
on
see.
the alley. Kinda,
Yeah.
right?
It's not an alley.
What?
It's a street.
Okay, the street,
the
but it
love
looks
of
like an
God.
alley.
Oh,
It's a
I know which
street.
one you're talking
Mhm.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hidden. Yeah, there was nothing back there, but now it's the biggest little boba shop and me that are back there.
That's funny how they're like right across from you too.
Yeah.
Like
No,
right
it
next
worked
to you?
out so well. Honestly, the partnership that we have is so I'm trying to think like fancy words, but it's just really comfortable. Because I just shout out the hall like, "Hey, I want a Kimmy drink," and they just bring me a Kimmy drink, and I love it. It's really good.
Oh,
And then I
interesting.
always tell people like go get a boba after because when you get a tattoo
That's
like
a good idea.
yeah, when you get a tattoo, sometimes like your blood levels drop because of how nervous you are. So it's good to like get something sugary in your system after. So
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
like
know
it.
that.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah.
I should have.
Maybe you should have known.
I wasn't nervous after I started though. I'll tell here. I've been kind of mean to her, but I'll be nice to her now.
You could
I'll
be
tell
nice to
everyone
her.
one thing. She
Hi,
has,
Lee.
she has a very like soft hand, like where you just don't really feel it. I think.
I try.
And that's for because like I was telling you, dude, when she was doing them, I was like, am I supposed to feel more? Like, am I tripping right now? Like, I could have sworn, but maybe
Yeah.
I was just thinking I was gonna be like,
But is that like a thing though, or like
That
is
is-
it like the type of tattoo? Do
No.
those not hurt so
So-
much, or
That's something that when I first started tattooing, I never understood because everybody that I would see, they'd be like, "Oh my God, you have such a light hand," and I was like, "What does that mean?" Because when you're tattooing, you have to go a certain depth to get the ink into your system, but turns out it's how you grip the skin or the pressure that the palm of your hand applies to the person. And some people are super heavy-handed to the point that they leave bruises on you. Versus me, I think what helped me was that I was a painter before. I was into makeup and I was into lashes. And for that, you have to be so gentle and it's minuscule movements that you can't feel it on your face. And that transitions so well into tattoos where I still get those comments now and they're like, "Oh my God, you're so gentle." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, I
yeah,
guess.
because I mean, I think I was just kind of like scaring myself, and I thought I was gonna be like, "Oh my God, please stop!" After like
Yeah.
a line, because you don't know when you've never been. And you're
Exactly.
like, how am I gonna react? And then people tell you so many things like, "Oh, it's gonna hurt," or even in like the spots that I got my first two, they're like, "That might hurt, that might not hurt. If it gets here, you're gonna feel it more." Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. So I think that's what like I was nervous about when I got into your shop, but then like I think once I like sat there and we kind of were like talking more, I'm like, no, I think I'll be all right. It also helped to listen to music.
Yeah.
Like how you're like, put your headphones on. I'm like,
Exactly.
it was good. And then when you did that little dot and I barely felt it, I'm like, oh, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then she did this one, barely felt it. I only felt this one towards the top, like you said, but that was it.
Yeah.
These little wrist ones were the ones I felt the most. Actually.
No, honestly, I think the wrist, anywhere where the joints are, is where you'll feel it the most.
But, like,
I don't
when
know
she
why.
started to do these, I was like, oh damn, okay. I feel
Mm-hmm.
that.
You're like,
But it didn't like hurt her. This one, dude, nothing.
Mhm.
Like I was just like, oh, okay, that's
It's
why
over.
you need to get one. It's not gonna hurt.
It'll be easy.
I'm not scared of that, dude.
Oh, my fault.
I have I have a really high pain tolerance, like really, really high.
That's
I
Watch
don't-
him
what,
go.
no, it's so funny.
Dude, look at
every
this.
guy
Like when
that
they
says
did
that-
this,
What is
I
that?
didn't even
What the
feel
hell is
anything.
that?
I cut my wrist
Ow.
at work. The shit was wide open, and even then, like they were like, "Oh, this is gonna hurt." Like everybody screams when they,
Mhm.
because they like injected some shit to
Mhm.
start like swimming and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, just do it. I looked away. I was like, oh, I kind of felt a little something, but I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this
Maybe
is
you
cool.
have like thicker
Adrenaline.
skin too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's
But-
very veiny. Does that really play into anything?
Mm-mm.
No, because remember how you were like,
Mm.
because I'm veiny, it
Yeah.
might.
Oh yeah,
or
you're right.
something.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
No.
Because
No.
like I can tell my skin is like really thin.
So when are you gonna go
It's
get it?
thin?
I've been look like
Dude,
you
I
can
just
always
want
see
him
my
to get one
veins and
so
stuff.
bad.
Like you know.
No, you'll be
No,
fine. Because
still?
you remember, there's like a lot of like bodybuilders and you can like see their veins popping out and they're covered in tattoos too.
That's true.
So that
that's
doesn't
true.
affect it. Our needle
No.
doesn't go in deep enough to ever puncture
So
a
don't
vein.
pressure me. What if I show up and then she's like nano pressured you? And
then
I'm
you're
like,
out.
I'm like, yeah.
I would
And
go with
she's not
you.
gonna want to do
I
that
would go
because she
with you,
pressured me, bro.
No,
I
I'd
want
go
her
with
to
you.
think
dude.
about it.
She told us that
Mhm.
she's like, no,
I
can't
mean,
do
look
that.
at Carlos. He
about
made
it.
the jump. He's like, I already scheduled it out.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm going with him, so he's a
Yeah.
little less nervous too.
No, and I'm glad that worked out perfectly. Where I
Yeah.
had a gap between both of you.
And
So
get it back to
we're
back.
gonna do it back to
Yeah,
back.
because he's doing it here too. Like
Mhm.
I think, but he's doing like the rose or the flower. or
Yeah, the
something.
realistic thing.
Okay, so you
That's gonna
said
be fun.
flowers are like your new thing right now.
Yes.
Black and white or color?
Oh, you do color
I don't
too?
know how I feel about
Mhm.
color. Yeah, I do color. So one thing you need to realize with tattoos is that they heal 30% later. And the most common color that people want to get is red.
Mm.
Red is one of the worst colors to get in reality because it heals so much lighter. Because when you think about it, okay, let's have a dot. In that dot, you can fit 200 black circles versus you can fit 120 red circles. So the red particles itself just are a lot bigger and they take up more space in a tattoo. So I don't know how. Wow, why did I get into that? Sorry,
Yeah,
like I
real
was just like
technical there.
teaching. Yeah, teaching moment. Sorry, my apprentices now. And so everyone always requests red all the time, and I always have to go through the whole spiel. Like, it's not going to heal the way you want it. It won't be as vibrant. It's going to look dull, and you're going to need touch-ups. And I just hate touching up people because then in the back of my mind, I think I didn't do a good job, but in reality, it's the ink. It's like it's globally known that red isn't a good color. It doesn't stick that well.
I heard something about red sometimes causing like allergic
Infections.
reaction.
Yeah,
infections.
red is one of the most common colors.
And
that
you can
see
do
in
any
your
color
industry.
or
Yeah.
rather color. Yeah, any
Yeah,
color.
I do any
that's
color.
Interesting.
I just don't really promote them. If you guys look at my feed right now, I have not posted so much of my work. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still posting Connecticut right now.
Oh
Stuff.
snap!
Yeah, it's really backdated.
Are
And
you gonna post mine?
never.
Oh,
Never.
No. Oh, and like that's another thing.
I'm
like,
alright.
no, and I feel so bad because I know people are so excited to see their like picture on my feed because I don't know why that matters.
Oh, that's the thing with you too.
Yeah, everyone's
we
like,
deal with that all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, when are you gonna post it? I'm like, I'll be honest with you, probably in like 2 months because I'm trying to play catch up right now.
That's how we do it too.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god, it's terrible. But there's so many that I have to post, so many.
Have you had someone like who's like made an appointment with you once and then came back later and was like, why didn't you ever post my tattoo?
No, luckily they've never called me
Oh.
out on it. Never.
Like, no
called
one's
me out.
actually told you in
I've
person?
had
Yeah.
that.
Oh, dude, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I've done photos for people and then like they'll be like, you never posted my older ones, and I'm like, oh great, now you just made it awkward.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I don't know how to go about this.
Oh
now.
yeah. I was like, yeah, well, I
No.
just never got around it.
Yeah, like sometimes when
Like
you
I
do
didn't
so
mean
much,
to, like. You
when
know.
Yeah.
you do so much, you kind of space it.
Exactly, or it doesn't fit the theme. Like
That's true. Yeah.
it's
It just
so
doesn't look
tricky.
like. Yeah.
Like
And
sometimes I go back to galleries from like last year and I'm like, damn, I didn't post these. These were nice, but then I don't want to post them now because the edits change.
Yeah,
And
now
I'm
they're
like,
old.
yeah, no,
don't
yeah,
know.
you're right.
that's funny that we both have to deal with that too.
We do all the time, and that's one thing that like clients don't think about, like the importance of social media and the structure of your social media.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, it doesn't make sense to
That's
post
probably
right
one
now.
of your biggest like it really helped you a lot, huh? Social media.
Yes. Oh my God, social media blew up.
Do you feel like it's
Kimmy
different
Tatts.
here than in Connecticut?
Um,
As far as like it's smaller, like
Yeah.
word gets around easier.
yeah, that's what I love about Reno. It's the sense of community is so big here that everybody wants to support everyone. Like small businesses thrive here.
Yeah.
Versus in Connecticut, it's kind of like super competitive, but not in a good way, where like nobody wants to share anything. Like they just want their clients and that's it. So growing over there, it was not the easiest. Like people knew about me and they would come to me, but they would never repost me because they didn't want other people to book with me, which was so weird. Yeah. It was really annoying to deal with. Versus here, like I get a client and they're like shouting me out, tagging me and all that stuff. And like, that's what keeps the traction going.
Yeah.
Because when I moved here, I think I had like 1,500 followers type of thing. We're thinking social media wise. And I've grown exponentially since then because of how nice people are here.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Well, I mean,
First
that's like
time.
how I found out about you is through that. I just posted something on my story. I'm like, does anyone know a local tattoo artist who specializes in line work and small tattoos? And when I tell you that 97% of the replies
No way.
were your page, and I'm like, who is this? Like, I've never, like heard. And then I go to your page and I see everything and I'm like, oh, this the one.
Yeah.
I got recommended maybe 2 more people. And like everything was like,
No
your
way.
page.
It helps
I
a
love
lot.
that.
and then I
People-
realized that you've tattooed like so many people that I've at least met.
Yeah.
Or like clients. Like I've seen at shoots, I'll see a client and they like point these out.
Uh-huh.
Who did those? I'm like, Kimmy, and they're like, oh yeah, she did this one.
Oh, that's so
and they're like
cool.
here
That's
or like
cool.
here or something.
I
I'm like,
love that.
it's kind of dope how just like I think you're known for the small tattoos now.
Yes. And
town.
that makes me so happy. Like it's
Yeah.
in Connecticut, and I've told everyone this before, like I was the first to introduce it to Connecticut because tiny tattoos is not as big as it should be in the US because it originated in Europe. And over there, it's huge. Even South Korea, like you're not allowed to have tattoos over there. So you have to have really tiny ones and hide them.
Yeah.
So that grew over there. And then in the US, nobody really wanted to dabble in that. I think right now there's about 12 of us that really stick to tiny tattoos, but we're all in different states. So essentially I was also the first in Reno. And that's why when I first moved here, I'm like, oh, first tiny tattoo artist in Reno. And it actually stuck. I'm like, yeah, it's a really nice feeling.
Because I had looked into smaller tattoos before you. I would go to like tattoo shops and ask around and stuff, and they were always very hesitant about getting anything like smaller than like 4 inches or something.
Exactly.
They were like, yeah, we'll do a small one, but like, what if we do it like 7, 8? I'm like, well, I'm kind of asking you for like a 3 to 4. So
Yeah.
why are you like trying to push the?
Exactly.
Who wouldn't think of
Everyone
that
to me.
though? Like, I feel like it's a fucking great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah.
goes
And
to
it's
show it
all
worked
you
out
see
for
on
you.
Pinterest and TikTok now is everybody with tiny tattoos.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah.
It is growing so big.
You
and
look
it's
up
insane.
like tiny
awesome.
tattoos on Pinterest and you see the spread thing you're talking
Exactly.
about everywhere.
Oh, the arm that you're talking about. There's this famous arm, and it's Mela Tat. She's from Australia. She's a very, very well-known tattoo artist, and I think it's because of her that tiny tattoos is such a big
Really?
thing now over here because she's covered in tiny tattoos, and they're all done by herself. Like
Oh,
she is
wow.
Oh,
my
wow.
biggest
I'm
inspiration
gonna
when it
have
comes to
look at that.
tattoos.
That sounds pretty neat.
Yeah,
Wait, but
no.
how do you do?
Yeah.
You can do your left, but then how do you do your right?
Oh, no, one of her arms has nothing.
Oh, it's just okay.
Yeah, it's just the other arm.
Interesting.
Oh, that's
I've
cool.
seen a dude on TikTok who only tattoos himself too, but he's like an apprentice at a tattoo shop. So he's like about to start tattooing people, but all his tattoos they're small ones
Yeah.
too.
It's not
And
the
it's
guy
just him.
covered in on his legs, right?
No.
Okay.
Not that dude. I
Oh
know
my
who you're
god,
talking about.
that guy is so bad.
Yeah.
There's somebody on TikTok and he has a bunch of little tiny tattoos on
But
his
they're
legs.
so badly done, bro.
Yeah, like
They're not
he
good?
has
No,
no
the lines
experience.
are so shaky and like.
Is he famous?
He's famous not for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Like
He has like followers on
Yeah,
TikTok and
and-
stuff, but
on that topic, oh my god, I hate that so much. TikTok, how it makes you think that anybody can be a tattoo artist, and everybody is out there buying little at-home kits and doing tattoos on
Oh, yeah.
themselves. And the amount of messages that I get of people saying, "Hey, I tried to tattoo myself. Could you fix it?" I'm like,
Oh.
I honestly, I feel like telling them no. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you did it to yourself.
like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
think people understand it's a profession.
So what's like the best way to go about it then? Like if somebody wants to get into it, I know your cousin taught you or something
Yeah,
like that.
so always an apprenticeship because there's no schooling. I think there's, I don't know what part of the U.S. that there is schooling, but in most states there's no schooling for tattoo artists. You have to be an apprentice, and then that way you learn everything in the trade. And normally it's like, it varies from a year to 4-year apprenticeship, but honestly you get everything that you need to learn, and then you are reputable. Versus if you do it on like at home by yourself, you're mocked from the very beginning. Nobody's going to want to go to you. And that's what people don't think about either. They're like, oh, it'll be fine. I'm going to be a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
But reputation is so big in the tattoo industry where you have to do it the right way from the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How long do you like, let's say for like small tattoos, how long is like an apprenticeship? Because I know you have some right now, right?
Yeah. So I actually, I have 4. One of them will be starting with me in January. She's actually my PM receptionist right now. We'll be transitioning to my apprentice. So for me, the program is 2 years where it's not touching a client, and then it's 10 months where you are touching a client, like doing tattoos on people under my supervision. So technically a year apprenticeship.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not that long at all. Yeah, and then during the 10 months after you start, it's commission. So you're already earning for the work that you do versus most tattoo shops. And I think that's honestly the business structure. Everyone's so different, where I want to give back as soon as I can to my apprentices versus a lot of people, like, you work for free the whole entire time where you don't earn anything. You're just kind of like the janitor for the place.
Yeah, like you're kind of doing it for free for people. Well, I think it's like that for like barbers too, from what I've heard. Like when guys go to like barber school, they cut hair for like, I don't know how long for free.
Exactly.
And then they start to like finally get, I mean, I'm sure they cut hair on the side, like outside of the shop or something to make something.
Of course.
But like in the school, I think you not allowed to
do it like legally,
make money from it.
It sounds like you have everything pretty figured out as far as like the business side of it too. Did you have people helping you, like mentors, or like how did you come up with this whole structure? A
lot of trial and error. And honestly, it's because I've been on both sides of the table. You know, I've been commission, I've been renter, I've been business owner now. So I know what makes sense. And I just want to make it so that people are happy to work at the salon. You know, I don't want anyone to leave like in a month and be like, oh, like I didn't make any money, like why am I here, type of thing. I want to make it successful for everyone because if you are in a happy environment, it's just a good feeling overall for everyone. Even the clients, like you said, when you came in, it was like super welcoming and it's nice, and that's what I wanted to.
And then the second time?
Nando, I swear to Lord, stop it.
I'm kidding. It's been like 6 times. I think we both just found out that we play around a lot the second time.
Yeah, it was the Spanishness that came out, and honestly, it was the hunger.
We both were hungry.
The hunger.
I actually went to go get pupusas that day.
Yeah.
Remember that place I told you about?
Yeah, you told me. You're probably like rainbows and unicorns after that.
Yeah, I was fine. I'm like, I should go back and just restart.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, let's try this again.
Hi, I'm Nando. I'm
be like,
not
hey,
mean.
I know you just had your sandwich too. Do you want to do another tattoo real quick? So yesterday you had your first like walk-in day.
Oh my god. Okay. If any of you guys are listening, thank you so much for the support for the walk-ins, because that was insane. It was a moment where I was like, oh my god, like I actually am kind of known. You know, like it didn't settle because I had so many people walk in. In the morning, we could only take about 14 people, I think it was, because obviously it's just 2 of us working and we can't do too many tattoos. And then there were still people coming in and the line was cut off. So I told them to come back at 4 and we'll start a new line. 4 o'clock comes by and there's right off the bat, there's 22 people like waiting. I was like, oh shoot. Okay. And I had to cut it off right then and there. So if you guys were looking at my post yesterday, I made an announcement, I think at like 5 o'clock, and I was like, hey, walk-ins are done, because I like physically couldn't take anymore. And it was so nice.
And you said you went until 11 at night?
Okay, I flipped my times. 11 to 10. Oh. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I said 10 to 11.
So 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.?
Nonstop. I had 1 bathroom break.
And is this like a new thing that you're doing? Or?
So I've always had the idea of doing it, but luckily because of how booked I've been, I've never actually been able to do it. Because even like right now, we're booked until mid-January. And so it's always been busy, you know, where I never felt like I had to do it. But because I have an apprentice right now, I thought it would be a good way to get her more clientele. Luckily, she's been doing so well. I'm giving her all of my clients right now, so she's already getting booked and busy. But I was just curious to see how it would go. Yeah, I was like, oh, let's try it on a Sunday. Let's see who will show up. And it was insane. I'm going to do it again.
You should.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what's funny? That's
Sounds like a fun idea.
our
Yeah.
equivalent of like mini sessions.
Yeah, and just like she said, like I haven't been able to do that many. Just because like I don't feel like I need to, you know, like
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
booked, I'm busy, I'm like, well, I'm set.
Yeah.
But
funny.
it's definitely nice to do that too, you know.
Yeah, and the overall feedback of the walk-ins was, oh, I've been wanting to book with you for so long, but I just get so nervous when it comes to actually booking that I wasn't too sure. Some people are very wary about like booking fees, so they don't want to put in money because they don't know like what happens if the tattoo artist is going to cancel on them or not. So I think a good probably 80% of my clients were those kinds of clients where they were like hesitant, and so they took the walk-in as an opportunity to come in, and
They
they're
were
like,
kind of like, I'd rather just show up.
They're like it's
Yeah.
now or
Done.
never.
exactly.
That's it.
And honestly, a lot of them ended up booking appointments for January too, so it worked out really well.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it getting filled up already?
Yeah.
Dude,
I
this is gonna
wonder
be-
again.
Yeah, people were booking for February.
So you think
Even-
this was a
February
good
too?
year?
Oh,
You
crap.
think this was a good year? Just wait until the next one.
Oh my God,
Because
no!
now you've
and I've
grown
been-
so much, and
it's insane how quickly we're growing. And I've told all my girls since the very beginning, my idea for Kimmy Tatts is, or Kimmy Tatts Studio, not Kimmy Tat, because that's me. Kimmy Tatts Studio is so much bigger. I want to have a lot more places, and so next year I will definitely be expanding. I know that for a fact. I don't know if it's going to be directly downtown, maybe midtown, but I need another location.
what about
you
South
asked.
Reno? You ever thought about that?
I don't like to drive.
Mm.
I like it.
Hey,
I
that's
like
a
it
valid
close by.
point. That's a valid point.
I like the convenience, you know. And in Midtown and in downtown, there's
Yeah, it's
so
pretty
much
close.
around you.
Mm.
So let's say you have a tattoo and you come in early, like an hour early. You have other things you can do. You know, you can go eat and you can walking distance, everything. That's what I love. I love the convenience of it. Versus
Yeah.
South Reno, I'm not too familiar with it.
Makes sense.
Because honestly, my life for this past year has been, or since I moved here in May, has been in a 2.5 mile radius where I just drive back and forth the whole time. That's it.
Oh, because you're right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm right here.
Oh, now that I think
Yeah.
about it, yeah, your salon's super close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely
It's so
nice.
convenient. That's
Definitely
what I
nice.
like.
And what are your hours for the studio?
So because we're appointment only, normally we are Tuesday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. But the appointments have been crazy lately, so there are times that we're there until 2 a.m. or 10
Oh, wow.
or 12.
Damn.
Yeah. No, there's no sleep. No sleep. That's great. I love
Yeah,
it.
Grinding.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Well,
that.
when did you like? Remind me when you came here, like when you started to tattoo in Reno.
You said May.
May, right?
Mhm.
Last May?
This May.
This May.
This May?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
You realize you started tattooing this year? As
6
in
months ago.
11
basically.
months ago.
11 January.
We're in November, my dude. You're thinking of July or June.
Wait, what do you mean?
She started tattooing this January of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been tattooing
Oh.
for 11
Yeah.
months total.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she started tattooing here
Damn.
in Reno
May.
in May, which is what, 6 months now, I believe.
Yes.
You've only been here for whoa.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
pretty insane.
That's what I
It's
said when she
crazy.
told
I
me
found
at
out
the
about
shop.
you with the giveaways that you were running.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, I
my
remember
God.
that,
Those
yeah.
giveaways.
Those probably
such
helped you a
blessing.
lot,
Help.
right?
Yes.
That helped a lot.
Because tattoo artists don't like doing giveaways at all.
Most photographers don't either, but
Mhm.
we like to.
Yeah, no,
But
it's super, super good.
I don't know what it is, but like, why not? Like,
Exactly.
what the fuck?
Like, just
what?
give back,
Dude,
you know?
Yeah.
One of the
And it's not
things I
even
used
like,
to,
yeah, give back, but like you're getting so much more from it too.
Yeah.
It's like,
Exactly. the
I've told
exposure.
people to like make a Twitter because retweets on Twitter are so powerful.
Really?
Like it's a
I've
chain. It's a
never-
chain reaction. You should
Yeah.
honestly look into it. If you think Instagram is
Yeah.
good for giveaways, Twitter is good for giveaways. Because
Really?
the way, I mean, it's the same thing with Instagram too, kind of, where like if someone posted on their story, their followers see it now, and then the followers of that follower, and it's like a little chain.
Oh,
But Twitter is the same way, where like, you know, a couple years ago when I was trying to get out there more, I used to give away like either shoots or like prints of like landscapes, and they would get like 500-600 retweets, and you're talking so much exposure.
Yeah.
Where even if someone didn't win, now they know who you are.
Yeah.
Then they go look at your page. Like,
Wow.
like 2 years ago, most of my clients were like, "Oh yeah, I found out about you because I used to see your giveaways pop up on Twitter," and I'm like, "It works." It
Yeah,
really
that's
works.
insane. I
And
thought
then
Twitter
I mean,
died.
same with Instagram though. You know, like people are sharing it and sharing it. So then like, even if they don't win, then they see your stuff and they're like, "Oh, maybe I'll just book in the future, even though I don't win anything." And I think
Wow.
if you like what you're doing, it's okay to like give away one free thing
Yeah.
once in a while.
I've given away so many tattoos, it's insane. I told the girls I'm not doing it. I don't even know if I should announce it. But once I hit like 10K, I was gonna do this huge giveaway. But now I'm tired. I'm really tired at the same time. I'm like, ugh, it's
That
a lot.
vacation next week is gonna hit different.
Next week.
Or 3 weeks from now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Next month. I meant to say next month.
Mid-December. I cannot wait. Oh my god, I'm going back home to go
Nice.
like visit my parents and stuff.
Nice.
So we'll
nice.
show them the tattoo.
Too long. Yeah. Go hide the
Of
tattoo.
course.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
right.
eat a lot of food. They have a restaurant. So I'm really excited.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you gotta take care of yourself too.
Mhm.
This
And then
whole.
maybe you'll see Chava next year.
I don't know. With the way things are looking,
I know.
I'll be booked until 2025. Imagine. And that's another thing. When it comes to like getting booked out, especially as a tiny tattoo artist, it is so hard to get booked out because of how many people I can see in a day.
That's true.
And it's crazy.
Because like
And you are
normally-
booked out.
Yeah.
Like
I
normally
never thought I would
Yeah.
be.
Like your size preference is like it's like under 4 inches, right?
Under
Or 3?
Oh my god. So when I first started, it was under 4 inches. And then I did a 4-inch piece and I'm like, wow, this took me 2 hours. We're not doing this anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it like a really
inches
detailed
is-
thing?
4 inches is, hold on. My
What's
hand
up
is 6
about-
inches. It's up to here? 4? No, 4.
So like the
Yeah,
size of your
that's pretty
fingers?
big, man.
Like right there?
Yeah, that's not that small.
Especially.
It's not that small.
No.
But with
Okay,
like a
my hand is
detailed
bigger
one,
than
that'll
that.
probably take you a long
I
time.
mean, yeah.
Yeah. No, and
Yeah.
it was a whole like timepiece. So it was like the sand clock thing, and it was just
Oh, so super
the shading
detailed.
too. I was like, oh wow, this.
So it
is
also just
big.
depends on if there's shading or if it's
Yeah.
more linear and all that.
Yeah, like if it's a flower, the stem could take up 3 inches, and the bud takes up like an inch type of thing. That's easy. But when people actually utilize the whole 4 inches, and especially a 4x4, that's a big square when you think
Oh,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's big.
Oh, wow.
That's not a
That's
tiny
a lot.
tattoo.
No,
So
it's
like,
not.
No, that's
how,
not.
yeah, I think tiny tattoo would be like the 3 under.
Mhm,
probably.
exactly.
What's like your average, or does it just depend?
It's kind of rare that I do 3-inch tattoos. I think, especially like you're a perfect example. Look at your tattoos. They're what, like 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, an
This is
inch.
probably like an inch.
This
Yeah.
one's like an inch.
Inch
I
and
think
a
this
quarter.
one's like an inch and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
Like by an inch and a half.
That's pretty much my
And this
standard.
one's long, but like you said, it's just a line.
Yeah.
This would probably be like 4, right? Almost.
Yeah, that one was a little bit
Yeah.
longer.
Which is funny because when I booked this one,
Mm-hmm.
I thought like the 3 was too small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I showed up and you put the paper on it, I'm like, oh, remember I like asked you to make it just a little bit bigger, I think?
Yeah, uh-huh.
I'm like, and then even then, it's not even 2 inches. So.
Yeah.
There
No,
you go.
and like in our mind, we think, oh, 4 inches, that's going to be tiny little thing.
Yeah.
But no, it's big.
Yeah, I don't even know if I
4
know
inches is big,
fashion.
fellas. Just remember that.
I hate you so
I
You
am
heard it
walking out
here.
right now.
I hate
Hey.
you so much, bro. Why? I hate
Wow.
I support you guys. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
We're doing so
Come
well.
on,
stand you, bro. Oh my god.
Come on, bro.
And with that, we're going to have a moment of silence for Chavez.
Oh god. He did not just say that. All right,
Come on, bro. Hey,
All right.
I think we've had a good episode.
We might want to wrap up on Chava's last comment there.
It will be Nando and Kimmy on the
Hey,
next
that's just a
episode.
joke, man. Come
No,
on.
that was funny.
No.
You saw your opportunity and you took
I
it.
went
No,
respect
but
it.
like the amount of people that
Respect
give that joke, I'm just like, motherfuckers. I'm like, really? I can't even
4
laugh. I'm like,
inches is
haha.
enough, fellas.
Right.
I hate you,
Oh,
dude.
God.
Okay, I think we're ready. I think that's
Yeah, I think
yeah.
let's just wrap it up
Yeah.
here. Anything else?
That's
you
a
wanna say,
great
Kimmy?
ending. I
Yeah,
love
that's an
that.
awesome
Wow.
ending.
Is there anything else you
I'm
want to
not being
say or
sarcastic.
any future plans you have that you want to talk about?
Oh, God. Well, should we make this really formal? Or
You
just,
do
like-
whatever.
You can do whatever. You can do.
Thank you, Reno, for supporting me and letting me be your tiny tattoo artist. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing more of you guys soon.
Go with her, guys. She's great.
That's sweet. Yeah,
Oh, wait,
definitely.
I have to insert my Instagram. Can I?
Go for it.
Okay, you can find me at Kimmy Tatts on IG or Kimmy Tatts Studio on IG or on Facebook at Kimmy Tat. Thank you.
Oh,
And
she's
that's
got
a wrap.
that shit locked down. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for giving us your
Thank you,
time.
Kim.
Bye,
and
guys.
Good luck with everything. I know you're gonna kill it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it,
Later.
guys.
See ya.